and they're awesome. I mean, they put so much money into getting everything set up and all of these great players. But all right, down here in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, currently down 2-1. Ohana, he can definitely bring it back on this map, though. It is Roxkus Titan spawning as the red Protoss.
And his opponent, Mighty Green, it's going to be the big Terran player, Lucifron. And I guess, I don't know if we're still obligated to do this, but I'm going to do it out of like muscle memory and habit. I do want to give a shout out to Pokerstrat.com.
Yeah.
They're the sponsors of all of this, guys. They've had like a 3-month-long tournament for this. It's been crazy. I believe this is actually the last two players to play the last match before all the standings are finalized. But if any one of you guys watching right now are a European viewer, here's the cool fact for you. PokerStrategy.com offers a lot of poker training sort of resources. And not only that, but if you read up on all the information, you take a short quiz, they'll give you like a $50 bankroll to boot, unless that's been changed recently. This is, of course, the old spiel I just have memorized from forever ago. But so yeah, make sure to check them out, guys. PokerStrategy.com. And as Panda was saying before, they do a ton for esports. You're going to see them involved with a lot of stuff. They've done Home Story Cup in the past. This huge league they put on their own. You'll see more Poker Strategy when you see more StarCraft.
Yeah. And we do have very standard opening out of here from both players, getting their initial production buildings down. I don't know. There was definitely a time when Bomber and Gumiho, whenever they played on this map, would go for CC first, but then they decided, no, it's a 2-player map, and it's kind of risky. On Daybreak, yeah, it's long enough that you can go for CC first without really being bothered all too much.
Oh, there's that beautiful spot you put down again.
Yep. Yeah, he's going to do this every single freaking game. I'm just waiting for him to open up one game with gas and then do it.
Surprise!
Yeah. Hellion drops are really effective on some of the maps that we have in the pool here. Especially Muspelheim, actually, which we will actually... what do we get to see? Let me see. Yeah, it's going to be the 6th map played.
Cool. Well, one thing I do want to point out, we've talked about this a lot in the past, and I think a good example of this last night was Major when we casted the Zotac North American Finals, but when it comes to Protoss versus Terran, like, I feel Terran, if they've got the micro, they're going to be able to overpower any level, any tier of Protoss player. But Protoss going to have that earlier advantage because all their units, they've got the bigger range, they got the faster speed, they got the beefy shields. And, I mean, Lucifron, Game 1, Game 3, or whichever order that was, sorry, that I missed out on, he's definitely kind of showing he's got everything he needs to deal with Protoss.
Yeah. He gets the matchup really well. I really like his incorporation of Banshee play. He is aggressive early on to make it so that the Protoss really can't attack into him, and they can't abuse that timing before you get stim, before you get combat shields, before you get medevac support, to really do a lot of damage. And Titan, I would be really surprised if he does anything other than a 2-base Colossus push on this map. It's kind of required to even take a third, just due to the ease of dropping here from a Terran perspective. And achievements are unfortunately disabled until further notice.
Oh, darn it. It's about going down again. I don't know if you missed it or not, actually. Just as we approached the finals for Zotac, the entire BattleNet went down.
Oh, seriously?
So frustrating. That's why we were a little delayed, or else I would have joined you for Game 1, I think. Okay, so Zealot's going to poke up here with the stalker, but the bunker completes. And, oh, that Zealot has 22 health. So close.
Yep. And this is going to be the exact same build from Game 1.
A third command center. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah. And, like, what's the reason for doing this? Blink play sucks on this map. Just absolutely sucks. There's very, very few times that you can ever pull it off. It's way too much of a coin flip. And because of that, the only area for Protoss to attack is here in a ridiculously small choke, or here in another ridiculously small choke. As long as you can scout these rocks being taken down, you're in such a good spot to defend. So you can...
Not to mention, there's very little to no surface area for Blink to really be effective. There's only 2 entrances to really get in the base, and you'd have to lock up them anyways.
I really want to screw with the camera panning and stuff, but I don't want to press the wrong key and do something bad. I'm just going to
go into... zooming in and stuff, or
like turn the camera around because I wanted to see that stalker, but the palm trees are too in the way.
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, you can put your camera on me. Actually, I've got it twisted. It will follow. If you want to see the stalker so badly.
I do. Let's see. Whoops, wrong button. Ah. Yay.
It's chilling out, hanging out behind the tree.
Is it page up, page down, or?
I don't know. I've got mine tied to 0 and period on the number pad, so there are other beats. You know, I can test this since I'm not streaming, so I think it's like insert or something. Insert and delete are the other ones.
Insert and delete. All right. Because it actually,
If
well,
that works, sir.
it's now defaulted to this.
Just for like, the rest of the game.
Yeah.
What have you done?
If anyone knows how to correct this, please let me know.
Well, you just put the camera on me since I've got normal vision. Should fix it. I hope it fixes it.
Yeah, it does.
And then once you take the camera off, it should reset it. I'm not too sure though.
Okay. Oh, sweet. Alright, I did that before and it didn't work though.
Oh, it just gets locked sometimes. It's
Yeah.
StarCraft, man. It's buggy. But
The
okay, so
observer features just took a huge toll in 1.5.
Well, let's talk about what's going on here. We do have the rocks coming down and a third base coming out of Titan. Again, this is really early. I like that he's doing it. This is going to allow him to have that bigger gas economy. And when you're Protoss, you don't really care about minerals. I mean, they're kind of a zealot dump, sure, whatever. You need that gas.
Yeah, I mean, this is playing it really, really risky. Lucifron does actually scan what's up, but he's reacting in a way that, I don't know. It's very, very macro-oriented. It's very, very Lucifron-esque. He's just getting double E-base. He already has a third command center completed, so it's not like he's going to fall behind because of this, but he's definitely going to miss a timing where he could do obscene amounts of damage. I mean, these are the only units the Titan has on the map right now, until this Colossus comes out.
Speaking of the Colossus, extended thermal lance as well. He blacked that pretty severely last game, but looks like going off timings of this game, he might just have it for the engage. And I mean, it might not seem like a lot to people who have not played this matchup a lot, but that thermal lance changes everything.
Yeah, especially in this matchup. I mean, you see it
It's
come
like
into play a lot in PvP and PvZ, but nowhere near the extent in PvT.
Well, it's like having a siege tank in siege mode versus non-siege mode, really. The range on it is just insane.
Yeah. And we do have, I would assume that the second Lucifron realizes what's up, we're going to see a second starport out of him. He's going to have the initial 6 gas a lot earlier. I mean, it's not even within 10 minutes and we see him floating out this third command center. Titan, however, does have knowledge of this with the Observer. He's really been active with scouting. He has 2 on the field right now, looking every which way.
The one that's positioned here, though, is kind of... If Lucifron's paying attention, he'll notice it, but I like the one he's positioned outside the southern part of his main, because the way it's positioned on top of the cliffs, it actually makes it a little more difficult to see.
Yeah.
Okay, Mule's being called down. Looks like we're going to see this base start getting underway. And, I mean, 3 base versus 3 base, this is kind of where Ohana almost stops, because you can get a 4th. And then the question is, do you go for that 5th? Will there be mining out? Will there be a late-game death ball? That's when everything kind of changes because, I mean, it's Ohana, man.
Yeah. And we do have Lucifron, or Titan going up to 7 gateways at this point. Still not really max production off of 3 base, but he doesn't have his gas situated yet. And you really don't want to be wasting a whole bunch of supply and zealots until you have that charge upgrade.
Yeah, charge, I think... I mean, it's players. It's these top 2 players who recognize... Charge is actually pretty darn good against Terran.
Yep.
Oh, chromatic boosters too. So we might just see something cool and cheeky come out of Titan.
He really likes to incorporate Void Ray play, or Warp Prism play. And I'm really surprised that we're not seeing... Oh no, there's a second starport just completed.
Oh.
Already reactor on it as well, so Lucifron's going to be pumping out Vikings, and... As long as... Yep.
I was going to correct my terrible call there. Chromatic boosters
Yeah.
as observers. Drive is... I thought he was going for the warp prisms already.
Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything if you didn't.
It's a silent agreement. Like, okay, dude, okay.
I had yesterday, when I was casting, playing, like, commentating my own play, I said, oh my god, he has chromatic boosters. I was like, who that doesn't play Protoss would know that?
Right? I mean, it's like, unless you're Protoss, like, unless we got Protoss fans right there, like, oh man, those guys are totally wrong.
Yeah.
I can't believe they would make such a heinous mistake. Okay, lots of gateways coming down for Titan Panda. A lot of gateways.
Yeah, man, that's how they do things in the East.
Yeah, 11 gates by the looks of it.
This is going to be a very, very strong timing. He's going to hit with 2-2, charge, and a bunch of Colossi. I would imagine he might be able to Chrono Boost Blink out, as it's not quite as long as charge research takes. But no, we see him pushing across the map right now. This is the timing he wants to hit. And Templar Archives coming down behind this. I would assume that we're going to see him take a 4th behind this attack. And Lucifron, I don't know, he's definitely going to be maxed at this point. Almost nearing that point anyway, and it's not even 14 minutes yet.
I'm not sure if you got this on camera or not, but we just had like an amazingly epic dance between one Zealot and one Stalker over on the right side of the map. which actually totally did the proxy pylon that was trying to be placed up there. So, kind of neat.
Oh,
Lucifron was very fast.
No, the Marauder dies.
One more hit, man. One more hit.
Alright, so they do
Okay,
actually
so-
see this fleet coming across here, and this is a lot of Vikings to deal
But
with.
they don't have any upgrades, so it's got to keep all of them alive. They're that much more important for dealing with the Colossus. That do have that +1 armor, and armor double effective against Vikings with those 2 shots.
And here we go, this engagement. It's with...
Big engage. Immediately Colossus are being focused down in the back, though. There's just so many Vikings. Oh my gosh.
For the first 10 seconds of this fight, though, I mean, Lucifron had 2-2 and his opponent had 1-1. All the Colossus
And
have died at this point.
On top of that, yeah, the Vikings are gone, but so are the Colossus, so there's no more need for them. The pylon's killed, so all those warpits are cancelled. And now Titan on the run. He doesn't have Blink, so these Concussor Shell will actually not get chased down. So
Yeah.
never.
The biggest thing about this, though, is that all of those medevacs died as well. So Lucifron needs to wait until he has medevac support to heal up his bio before he pushes again. Right now,
Have we checked sources lost? It's actually fairly even both ways, even with 41, 42 units lost. So pretty, I guess, even trade all around. I guess getting the Colossus, though, probably feels a little bit better than losing medevacs.
yeah, losing those Colossi really, really hurts. But it's okay, because Titan has Templar Archives behind this. And he is getting a 4th base. Lucifron...
Ooh, Lucifron just scanned those High Templar. There are 4 that
Yeah.
just chill. So Ghost now in production. Very nice call.
Yeah, I think he has
Unfortunately-
Mobius Reactor actually complete as well.
Does just no cloak, but you know that doesn't take too long to research.
Nope. And
Actually, earlier we got to see the use of a lot of ghosts versus a Protoss player. Kind of what you did in that one replay you showed.
oh, really? Who was it?
Basically, like, I can't remember offhand, but there's 22 ghosts
That's
and no detection on the field. Period.
That's awesome.
But that'd be really cool if we could see that at Lucifron. Maybe he'll go for a nuke. Maybe he'll just stick to EMPs. We'll find out. I mean, whether it's snipes, whether it's EMPs, he's got to find a way to deal with these High Templars. Storms are so insanely good versus Terran, especially when you got this giant bio clump.
Yeah, and on this map, too, there are so many natural chokes here. Lucifron's going to try and position himself to take advantage of this 4th base completing and snipe it. But... Oh, I thought those were War Prisms, just 2 Zealots. Never
I
mind.
thought too. That's why I
Yeah,
just
right?
looked up. A small contingency of Marines are going to try and get here, pick off at least one High Templar.
Yeah, and that was a
Very
full energy Templar as well.
Oh, one more volley. Oh, what's
Stormies and Stalkers. That's one of
A
those
little-
areas where you like, just waypoint it out, and then it storms and you forget about it.
Yeah, well, we do have snipes and no
Wow.
EMPs with EMPs
Snipes
in the
hit,
back.
EMPs hit all but 2 Templar. They are trying to push forward right now, but completely
Lucifron knows
blocked.
that he missed a couple of those Templars, so he spreads immediately. I love that choice, but not the best storms coming out of Titan. Meanwhile,
That was
Vikings gonna
it.
land, add some beef to this army, some spice to this pepper, and looks like this base is going to fall, including the Archon.
That was Titan's last call there. He really needed to hold this 4th base to have an advantage on his opponent.
All those Templar are going out too. I mean, that was great play on Lucifron's part, but it's a little bad on Titan. I mean, we saw the miss rally, we saw the poor storms, and quite frankly, I don't know that he was paying attention that the Templar were so out of position.
Yeah. And this is just... I mean, Lucifron is dismantling Titan in these games. I'm really kind of shocked, too, because Lucifron has always been very adamant about his TVP really needing work. He's not all that confident in it, but...
Well, I mean, if he knows it needs work, it can be precisely what he's been practicing.
Yeah, definitely. He's doing a damn good job here. Unfortunately, he will lose this 4th base, but it's okay. He's playing like a Zerg. He's double expanding here to take both these at the same time.
I like how that's what we can refer both of these players to. Like, they're playing like Zerg. 'Cause
Yeah.
Zerg is like the best race, right? So... I don't know, we do have Ghosts on the front line. They gotta be careful. There are Archons here. Lucifron desperately needs those EMPs. Well, I guess desperately is in big quotes,
Yeah.
because he's got like a million Marines.
He could use them. It'd be good if he did. If not, really doesn't matter.
Live without him.
Yeah.
Whatever. No big deal.
We're
Okay, so,
being
I
a
mean,
couple more
he
High
gets
Templar.
scanned,
Oh,
and he's
man.
going to completely go around it. I don't think he cares about engaging. Okay, he's going to pull back. But I mean, quite frankly, Lucifron could go full offensive, and Titan couldn't win a base race.
Titan is stalling here like the best way possible. I mean, Lucifron to engage this, he either has to go up this ramp here, which is a really tight choke, despite the fact, even though the fact that the rock.
Stalker's blinking forward. Colossus does go down though, and with the Vikings not going down as well, so the Colossus is in grave danger. No storms! These Templar warping are still fairly fresh.
Yeah.
So close to storm energy. And it's not fun deciding whether you use EMPs, or sorry, feedback or Storm versus Ghost, but look at this clump. We need some better Storms out of Lucifron, or sorry, Titan, as he's kind of storming his own units more than Lucifron's, I feel.
Yeah, he needed just a miraculous engagement to be able to take